Getting breaking news that Ravi Shastri is going to apply for the Team India coach's job, and he's the favourite. Ravi Shastri is set to become the Indian cricket coach again in all probability. Amid much speculation and controversy surrounding Anil Kumble's exit after an outstanding one-year stint as the coach of Team India, the Board of Control for Cricket in India, that's the BCCI, yesterday decided to invite more applications for the post of the coach of Team India. Ravi Shastri, who was earlier on the director of the team, and in fact he had also rather applied for the coach's job along with Kumble, but Kumble was selected at that time, and now Ravi Shastri is once again applying for the job of the coach after being the team director from 2014 to 2016, and it appears he's all set to become the coach. In fact, Rahul Dalal is now joining us with more. Rahul, Ravi Shastri believes in having a good cordial relationship with Kohli and the rest of the team members, as was evident when he was director. Is that one of the biggest factors going in his favour?
Yes, the fact that he enjoys the backing of the captain Virat Kohli, and that Kohli was very keen even last year when Anil Kumble had been appointed coach, that Ravi Shastri continue his stint as team director and then become head coach of the Indian team definitely works in Ravi Shastri's favour. The biggest caveat here was whether Ravi Shastri himself would consent to apply for the coach's role, because he was believed to have been miffed at the manner in which his application was handled by the Cricket Advisory Committee last year when the application process had begun. But now with Ravi Shastri saying that he will definitely apply for the coach's job, putting that into perspective with the fact that the BCCI did extend the deadline till the 9th of July to allow more candidates to apply. Ravi Shastri, remember, was not one of the 5 candidates who had originally applied. So everything seems to be working sort of favour Ravi Shastri and perhaps appoint him as the next coach.
Ayaz Memon is also now joining us on the phone line. Sir, what do you think Ravi Shastri will be able to bring to the table, apart from the fact that he shares a comfortable relationship with the entire team and especially with the captain?
Well, I think the comfortable relationship itself is significant, because once that relationship was not so comfortable, we know what happened. So that apart, I think what Ravi had done earlier in his stint of about a year and a half, almost 2 years, was he had got fairly impressive results. And remember, that was a time when India was playing largely overseas. So we had a series win in Sri Lanka. The team reached the semi-finals of the World Cup, and of course we won a T20 series in Australia for the first time. So I think these are things that suggested that even last year, when the choice was to be made, that it was not his performance as coach which was the issue. It just became a bit of a tangle towards the end when Anil Kumble also came in with his excellent credentials, and they had to make a choice between the two, and they chose Kumble.
Ayaz, Rahul, I have a question for you as well. We've had the acting president of the BCCI, CK Khanna, state on the record that whoever's appointed next will be given a contract till the end of the 2019 World Cup. Do you somewhere feel that Shastri is also the safe choice or a tried and tested choice, since we've already seen him work with the Indian team and you know that at least he gets along with the players?
I think that will be a significant factor, Rahul, because, after what has happened within just 1 year with somebody like Anil Kumble, the BCCI might be a little wary of getting another new man in, because remember, we are just 2 years away from the World Cup. And if things don't work out between the captain and the coach, then you have to go through the whole rigmarole again. So they might be actually, including the committee of advisors, that is Tendulkar, Ganguly and Lakshman, might be chastened enough to think that, okay, what worked earlier, let's go back to the tried and tested.
Ayaz, a quick question as well about how this would reflect on the BCCI if indeed Shastri were to be appointed coach. Obviously, lots of questions about how much say the captain should have in the appointment, and it's quite clear that Virat Kohli has been batting for Ravi Shastri to be at the helm. Are these uncomfortable questions for the BCCI?
Yes, they would be. It just reflects the way BCCI conducted the whole issue last year. Because, even after Kumble was chosen, they could have handed him a 3-year contract or a 2-year contract rather than just 1 year. And it's kind of blown up in their faces. So I think that the BCCI does not come out of it smelling of roses. But remember, it is not the BCCI alone which chooses this. I mean, there's a subcommittee, so to speak, which is the committee of advisors, which is who will finally decide whether it will be Ravi or somebody else that they should. And then the tenure is defined or decided by the BCCI.
Ayaz, just to sort of juxtapose Ravi Shastri with some of the other contenders that we know have already put their names up for consideration, Virender Sehwag, Tom Moody, is he the best candidate based on credentials?
Oh, going by what happened in his tenure and the fact that he seemed to get along not just with the captain but with the rest of the team, because remember, a lot of the players were also full of praise for him. He seems to be the safest choice. The best is always open to debate, but he seems the most reasonable and the safest choice at this point, at this juncture in Indian cricket.
Ayaz, obviously a lot of overseas assignments, like you mentioned, for Team India. A lot of players have, of course, spoken about the fact that Australia series in 2014, a lot of the current crop that Australia series in 2014 really changed the way that the team approached cricket, and that's something that will really work in Shastri's favour, won't it?
Yes, though we lost the series 0-2, remember the previous tour in 2012 we had lost 0-4. So losing by two matches is still a loss, but it wasn't as demeaning as a 4-0 whitewash was. So there was obviously progress, but more than just the fact that the 2 test matches were drawn was the remarkable rise of Virat Kohli from that series. That's the series which was a turnaround series for him as a batsman. And after that, he's gone from strength to strength. And he also became captain of India, test captain of India. So that's where the partnership or the relationship between Ravi and Virat took root. And along with the captain, I think he just kind of, he just got the rest of the team going also. So, yes, I mean, there are some worries in the application that have been received. There's Virender Sehwag, a great batsman. There's Tom Moody, who's had a lot of experience as coach. We remember, but Tom Moody had also applied last year and he wasn't chosen. So when Kumble became the coach. So I think the fact that Shastri has applied, he must be fancying his chances. Otherwise, why would he apply?
Right. He would definitely be fancying his chances. Ayaz Memon, thank you so much for joining us on the show. Ravi Shastri there confirming that he will be applying for the head coach's role, and given the backing that he has from the captain Virat Kohli, possibly a front runner at this early stage to replace Anil Kumble.